There is some poor guy out there who was placed in a coma in 2019 and will be in for one hell of a ride when they wake up.
Most microwaves go their entire lifetime without having all their buttons pushed.
A lot of people think they like history, but they actually like historical propaganda that confirms whatever they already believe.
It's a real awakening when people consider how many hours they work to afford something they're buying.
Farts are food ghosts.
It must have been fun when people were first naming all the different body parts.
Space is a vacuum, yet the moon is still dusty.
Message reactions have given people a better alternative to just not responding.
We tend to think of propaganda as misinformation, but propaganda can also be correct.
A depressed human might want to crawl into a hole and die. A motivated zombie might want to crawl out of a hole and live.
Chasing happiness will make you unhappy.
You don't hate Christmas music. Retail corporations ruined Christmas music for you.
Cartoon characters never lose their best friends, even though it's happened to almost everyone.
Game of Thrones was the biggest show of a generation, and it vanished from pop culture as soon as it ended.
The way you make a family is not family friendly.
There's a world of difference between radioactive and radioactive.
We're often only in therapy because of people who need therapy themselves.
Someone might have already invented the perfect camouflage, but then been unable to find it again.
At some point, multiple people who were plenty capable saw you in need of help and silently kept walking or scrolling.
Now for a quick break. Stay tuned for more shower thoughts. When people find money on the ground, whether or not to return it to the owner may often depend on the amount of the money.
There are a lot more women who are attracted to men's biceps than there are men who are attracted to women's biceps, yet it is usually women, not men, who wear sleeveless shirts.
Nachos make more sense to be a salad made of tacos than an actual taco salad.
Because the body has an interrupted hole all the way through, humans are technically donut-shaped.
You don't actually need to look at your feet to know exactly where you'll step when you walk.
The process of unfollowing someone takes place when you don't care about them anymore. Blocking, however, often takes place after caring for someone very much to the point where it hurt you.
Tigers have one of the highest quantity to popularity ratios of anything. There are only a few thousand of them, but they are incredibly popular.
Mouth ulcers are evil.
The Vegas sphere is the perfect display to view goats.
I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back tomorrow with more mind-bending shower thoughts. Goodbye for now. If you liked this podcast, check out our other podcast, Daily Dad Jokes. It'll make you laugh and groan. Just search for Daily Dad Jokes in your podcast app or check the show notes page for links. This podcast was produced by Klassic Studios. Please see the show notes page for source credits.